This is a walkthrough of the Universal Legacy store in Orlando at Universal Studios City Walk. I'm doing a voiceover because the music inside was super loud. So the reason I decided to do a video of this store is because it is so unique with all these movie props from various movies. It is a gift shop. I don't believe the props are for sale. I think they're just there on display, like there's a Terminator, but basically any Universal Studios souvenir you could possibly want, they have it in the store. So if you want some Universal stuff but you don't want to go inside the park, everything is here. Here they got all the ET merchandise, which is pretty much all the stuff they have at the ET store inside the park. Here's some Ghostbusters props in these wooden cases. I just was amazed by all of the props, and most of them I recognize. There are some I didn't. Some ET stuff up there. Those are Loungefly backpacks. I did end up buying one of the ET plushes, but I bought it at the inside the park. And let's see what else we got. So they have some classic monster memorabilia to the left. We have some Captain America. Why isn't that Disney? I guess they have some Disney stuff intermingled, right? Like, that's not Universal. I don't know. I'm not an expert on DC Comics and Marvel Comics. And so, focusing on some props up there, that's some more Back to the Future stuff. That's what I'm about, the 80s movies. And yeah, that was classic monsters to the left. Here is some phone props. And let's see. My husband's in the background carrying donuts. We went to Voodoo Donuts real quick. Tiki mugs, $55. Oh my god, prices have gone up. I remember when those tiki mugs were $25. $55 for a mug, that's just insane. I just cannot believe prices. And let's see, what else do we got? I'm trying to avoid people. Some Jurassic Park stuff to the right. They did have a lot of good Jurassic Park merchandise. Simpsons, tons of Simpsons. There is oh, that's funny. See that like Sphinx plush right there? So I guess they're associating it with the mummy. I actually got one of those as a souvenir when I stayed at the Luxor in Las Vegas. And here's some Minions. Looking at props at the top. What was I looking at? Oh, here's a cute little ET scene. I think I go back to show you in a minute. I'm basically looking at all the props on the top shelves. So yeah, that's ET in his little Halloween ghost sheet costume with some 80s toys like Light Bright and stuff. There's my husband pointed out this huge dinosaur egg. I'm looking at the Ghostbusters hat, and Robert's like, no, look at this dinosaur egg. I guess I missed it. Oh, they have Fast and the Furious cups to the left. How to Train Your Dragon, a little end cap. Robert's showing me that shirt. I don't really like black. I prefer gray. Oh, I got some Shrek plush too. There, now I go back to the dinosaur egg. That was pretty impressive. And it's like pretty heavy duty. I definitely would love that prop. Some suitcases from something. Keychains. Nope, there's some Transformers stuff. And then these jars of like, I don't remember what that's from. It's just jars of like toys and stuff. I'm sure it's from a specific movie. Let me know if you know. I don't know what those were from. And then here is some big props in these wooden cases. And each prop, if you look, there will be like, you know, a little plaqueboard that says where it's from. I don't always show the plaqueboards because I get easily distracted. This was Harry Potter stuff. I like Harry Potter, but I've only watched the first movie, so I am definitely not a Harry Potter expert. There was tons of Harry Potter merchandise, like pretty much this whole side of this store, like right here's all Harry Potter, and then up the front, up near the front exit, they had like a huge wand display. So definitely tons of Harry Potter stuff. But I guess that's the most popular. May not be popular with me, but appears to be the most popular at the parks. I do like all the different plush animals from Harry Potter. I do have like Hermione's cat, and then the little like pink fluff ball, whatever it is. But seriously, I've only ever watched the first movie, so I'm pretty sure I'm an embarrassment to my nieces that they've watched all the movies, they love it. I still enjoy Harry Potter World at Universal Studios for not ever seeing all the movies. Um, but I would prefer just to watch and ride the ET ride over and over again. If they ever get rid of the ET ride, I will be completely crushed. And then there's a bunch of these like little box displays in front of me of like this mini town. My husband kept showing it to me. I guess he understood what it was about. I didn't quite understand. It said something like a King Kong like movie, but I didn't get it. It's nothing I've ever seen. Here we go. King Kong, Front Nation. I don't know what that is, but my husband knew, and I got distracted and never asked him what that was about. And then candies, if you need some candy. The main reason we stopped by this store is they do have two Mold-A-Rama machines. I guess I didn't show it in this video, but I do have separate videos showing me getting the Mold-A-Ramas. They do change the machines currently. In February, they were Jaws and the Clock Tower from Back to the Future. So if you're an 80s fan, it's definitely perfect. You can see the machine to the left for a second, but they do change them out. I don't know how often, like I don't know if it's every other month, every 6 months or whatever, but I do know when my sister went here last year, the Jaws was a different shark, and so it was quite of a surprise to have a completely different one. And I had never even heard of the Clock Tower before, so that was pretty cool. So yeah, if you like looking at props, this Legacy store you do not have to pay to get into. It is on City Walk. It's free to go to City Walk. I think you do have to pay for parking. The parking garage, there's a huge parking garage. We never actually park in the parking garage because at this trip we stayed in a hotel that was walkable. But, if you weren't staying nearby, I guess you would have to pay for parking. But City Walk's pretty cool. Lots of stuff to see. Kind of like how Disney has Disney Springs, Universal has City Walk. And I think we're back at the beginning. I've already showed this, but that was Jaws stuff. And Jaws is like one of my all-time favorite movies. The first one and the last one. And then that, I don't know, to the left you saw that was from The Fly. I really like The Fly too. That was a good movie. The one with Jeff Goldblum. Right? The guy from, am I saying his name right? The guy from Jurassic Park 2. That actor. And then here's more Harry Potter stuff. So actually, if you want anything, it's probably better to get it here because we did go through Wizarding World and it was extremely crowded every time we went through. So this store was not very crowded whatsoever. This book is like a little notebook, like 6x8 or something, and it was like $30. I'm like, what the heck? A little notebook that probably used to cost $14.95 is now $30. So yeah, needless to say, the only souvenirs we got at this store was the Mold-A-Ramas. I did end up buying, like I mentioned earlier, the ET plush, and my husband got a sweatshirt. But man, cost of everything has just went up ridiculous. And there is the creature from the Blue Lagoon, and the Frankenstein head, and just so much cool stuff. My husband remembers that King Kong ride. I had not been to Universal Studios as a kid, only as an adult, so that was long gone by the time I came to Universal Studios. And he remembers Jaws. He's so upset that Jaws is no longer there. I'm jealous that I never got to ride that ride. Alright, enough of my rambling. Oh, and they do have Squish Pennies to the left. We did end up getting a couple of Squish Pennies.